Hi guys, and welcome back to My Dank Dog. This is episode 3 of my next grow in the Vivosun VGrow Smart Grow Box. Let's get into it. A couple of weeks ago we took a vote on what I should grow next, and Blackberry Moonrocks won with 53%. So we're going to be growing her in the Vivosun VGrow, and I have a 15% off code, which is My Dank Dog. Inside this box, we've got light, ventilation, air circulation, nutrients, and a watering system. It's basically a simplified growing process in an all-in-one ecosystem that you can control with a smart app as well as a touch screen on the hood of the Smart Grow Box. It's got full spectrum Samsung EVO LED lights, integrated airflow and built-in carbon filter. And basically, it doesn't look like a grow tent at all. It looks like a piece of furniture, very stylish. We're going to be using the Vivosun Smart app to help us germinate the bean. Now, if you're an experienced grower, you probably have your own ways of doing things. I'm going to be following this app step by step. And basically, it's going to ask us to do things like put in our nickname or the name of the plant, which is BBMR or Blackberry Moonrocks, as well as some other details on the plant so that it can set up a grow recipe for you. And then you just follow it along and check the boxes, or basically follow a video which gives you step-by-step instructions on what to do next. And then you say whether you've done them, whether it's been successful before you move on to the next stages. So it's asking us to germinate our bean by placing it in the jug that has some distilled or spring water at the bottom, and then placing it in the dark for about 48 hours before we check in. And we'll get notifications and reminders that that's what we're supposed to do. And then if our bean has a taproot after 48 hours, we're going to check the boxes and then it'll put us on to the next stage. So let's just drop her in this water, and then we're going to just tick that we've done everything that this stage has asked us to do, completed, and then we're going to go on to the next stage and check in 48 hours to see if we have a taproot. So it's all pretty much simplified and step by step. It's great for beginners. And as you can see, I'm already going to use the app to switch the lights off, which is pretty cool. It's going to be great to check in on these ladies remotely. I could even put a smart add-on camera in here if I wanted to take a look at her. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So we're going to put her in the dark for 48 hours and then we're going to check back in. And here we are 48 hours later, and she's got a taproot. So we can check in on our action reminders and our notifications, but pretty much she's looking good. So we're going to go on to the next stages, which is prepping her grow media with the cocoa core and the nutrients that are also supplied when you buy the VGrow Smart Grow Box. We're basically going to put the cocoa block in the bottom of our fabric pot and expand it with spring water, or in this case distilled water. Now, cocoa is inert, which means it's got no nutritional value for the plant, so we've got to make sure that we're adding the nutrients for what our plant needs. Now, we might have to adjust that as we go along. We're going to see. If you're an experienced grower, you probably know what you need at the signs of deficiencies, but if you're a beginner grower, you might have to do a bit of research. The app might tell you where you're going to go wrong and stuff like that. I don't know. We're going to get into that at later stages, but for now, basically we're going to be expanding this cocoa with water. You don't have to do it in the fabric pot here. You could do it in a plastic container, but I'm basically following the step-by-step video that you can see on the right-hand side there and trying to stay to it as close as possible. I know that there's one thing that I'm going to be changing immediately just after watching this video, and we're going to go over that in a minute. Again, if you're an experienced grower, you can just adjust things. If you're a beginner grower, you can follow it step by step. It's totally up to you. And then you check off your boxes once you've done it and go to the next stage. So it's all very simplified. It's very clever, actually. I wish I'd had this kind of help at the beginning when I first started growing. Basically, when I went into grows, I went in pretty blind. I had no idea what I was doing, to be honest with you guys. And I didn't even do that much research. So I made a ton of mistakes. And as I can see, just going through this app, I probably wouldn't have made as many mistakes if I'd have just had something as simple and laid out as this for me. So I can definitely see the benefit of this for beginners. I'm going to be adding some perlite to my mix just to make sure that my roots have got a bit more breathing space. The perlite did not come as part of this box. I'm adding it in based on my preference, but it is an example, as you can see, that you don't have to stick to the exact recipe and you can add your little kind of quirks here and there. Now we're going to be adding nutrients. This is base A and base B. I'm going to be following the directions on the video as well as the directions on the back of the container here, which is laid out pretty simple, and it shows you how many milliliters you need per gallon, and you have the syringe to measure it out in the measuring jug with a litre or 2 litres of water. That is also laid out for you in the app as well. So you pretty much can't go wrong. It's step by step. And then I don't know what's going to happen if there's an issue, because I haven't run into an issue yet. But I guess once we go through this whole grow, we're going to get to know how intelligent the app is and where you can jump in. So we're going to be planting the bean now, and this is a trowel that came with the kit as well. So we're just going to be plonking our germinated seed here with the taproot. That's going to plonk straight into the center of the cocoa and perlite mix. And then we're just going to cover it over lightly with some of the cocoa and tick off our boxes and go to the next stage, which I guess is probably going to be along the lines of checking in to see whether it has formed some leaves, broken the surface, broken the seed case off the cotyledons. We will see. Now I've just placed the humidity dome over. That's to keep some moisture in there and obviously to protect the seedling in early stages. We're going to check back in shortly. We're supposed to be checking in 48 hours. Here we are. This tent is so well made. As you can see, the zip and the window is fantastic. Okay, it's a bit misty there. Let's have a look. Okay, great. We've got some leaves. That's fantastic. It's early stages. It doesn't have helmet head where the seed case is stuck to the cotyledons. So we're off to the races, guys. This is awesome. I'm just going to plonk this back over, and I don't have to check in on my app for another 24 hours. So we're looking great. Thank you very much to Vivosun for the VGrow Smart Grow Box. Stay tuned, guys, for the next episode. Keep all the likes, all the comments, all the advice coming. I do appreciate it. It's really helped me out. It really helps me to learn from all of you guys as a kind of like community. And if you guys are interested in purchasing a VGrow, I have a 15% discount code, which is my dank dog. Bye bye.